It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here, too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Magic in Orlando. Checking out the Magic, their relentless preparation, the off-season, the practices, the preseason games, everything's led up to tonight. They'll be looking to make a statement in this first game. Here we are, opening night. Every club can have high aspirations, but Kenny, what's the key to growing throughout the year?
Oh, when you said club, I was thinking night.
The skyline of Orlando seen here during a gorgeous sunset. Quite a backdrop for our broadcast tonight. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. D.A., thank you. And on opening night, every team starting from scratch, Steve. That has a lot of people optimistic at this time of the year. Teams that are favored coming into the season and teams that may not be looked upon very favorable.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of these teams, they look at it, maybe didn't have the season they wanted the previous season, maybe because of injuries, or maybe they're just in jail. So as an organization, a fan base, you're excited in opening day. And then there are some teams, Kevin, that you look in and you go, "Ooh, we don't even have a chance, but let me just pretend like it that we have a chance, and hopefully they can make it."
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Bamba is checked in for Gordon. Ross comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Jaron Grant in for Augustine. On the floor for Miami, AI is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Winslow. Then it's Johnson. And it's Ellington in at the 2-guard. Grant kicks to Bamba. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Ellington, guarded by Simmons. Ellington the pass to Adebayo. Johnson against Grant. Just 5 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Offensive rebound. AI kicks to Johnson. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Wayne Ellington. The Magic trailed by 5. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Grant the pass to Ross. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Ross has got his second bucket.
Well, early on, neither team put much emphasis on the defensive side.
No doubt. The offensive game planning on both sides has been effective early on.
And there's the 3-second violation. Now the pass to Vucevic. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Vucevic has got 9.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one. And the D just a step slow reacting to the step back.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Heat lead by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Versatility is so important in today's NBA. That works just fine for combo guard Tyler Johnson.
I don't really limit myself to one position. I feel like I can guard both positions. Being able to do that, I feel like I'll have the capability to fill in when needed.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
They just look hungrier out there. They don't mind taking the pounding.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Orlando, They've got Terrence Ross. Vucevic is out there with Bamba. Then there's Jonathan Simmons. And it's Grant in at the 1 spot. Gordon's checked in for the Magic.
They have plenty of ball handlers and athletes on this Heat's roster. Despite that, they play at a slow pace. That's just the team's MO.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Down low, here's AI. On the wing, Winslow. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Thursday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Saturday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that matchup with the Blazers, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Floats it up for AI. And stolen by Gordon. And they're on the break. Feeds to Bamba. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Johnson kicks to AI. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And the Heat call time here. When you're evaluating players, Steve, as you often do, which mental qualities indicate a high probability you think of success?
You look at guys who can stay, I would say, locked.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Aaron Gordon. Aaron, you guys came out and played extremely well. What was the mindset in the first half?
We just tried to come out here, really stick to our principles, pick up the pace, and really be aggressive, and it turned out a high-scoring half.
Just the way you want to play. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
I'll tell you, the scoring he gave them in the first half really made the difference.
Credit his teammates recognizing the hot hand.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Dragic and Waiters, they're the back. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Miami as the Heat go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Checking out the Hornets, after splitting their first 2 games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. They're just off a road trip in the Heat, are looking to settle back in here at home. And the news here, Goran Dragic won't play. The injury keeping him out.
Kevin, he's only going to be out a short period of time. You know, he got hurt in that last game. Not available tonight, but they do expect him back soon.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. We've got Hernan Gomez. Batum's out there with Williams. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Graham in at the point. Heat out offense. And it's Johnson penetrating. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Back to Richardson. Here's the three. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Richardson's got the... going with a whole new group out there. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Williams. Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Lamb. Hornets trail by 5. Feeds it to Kaminsky. Charlotte gets it back. Picked by Zeller. Inside. And the dunk by Zeller.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Heat lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring... From undrafted to $50 million man, Tyler Johnson talked about what it felt like when he finally hit it big.
I think when I finally heard that number, when they put the offer sheet on there and said $50 million, I mean, it's well documented that, I kind of got sick. I just know the journey that it took me to get here. It was a little bit overwhelming. So I threw up.
And credit Johnson's work ethic, Greg, putting himself in position to earn that big payday.
Great to see an underdog make it, and that's the kind of contract that truly changes your life forever.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Cleaning the glass, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
I think you said it. If you start off playing physical, Greg, there's kind of the attention of the referees and the opponent that they're coming at them all night long.
Winslow and Olynyk fill up the forward spots. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's AI. And it's Magruder in at the 2. It's the group on the 4 for Miami. One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most...